After what is definitely the longest over bowled by a spinner in the history of the game. We are here for Cricbuzz Comm Box at the end of the 10th. Sri Lanka is 67 for the loss of 3 wickets. They were put into bat by South Africa today. They got the first wicket pretty early. The partnership dismal. Well, at the stroke of the fourth over, 20 for 1. Then a bit of a partnership woven by Sri Lanka and Nissanka till Sri Lanka decided kind of step on a landmine and get run out. I'm Gaurav Kapur. Have Michael Vaughan here with me. It was Sri Lanka and Sri Lanka both will be very disappointed. You don't, when things are going so well, he was batting so well to just gifted that wicket away with that run out.
Yeah, he looks a really good player. He looks like a player that we're going to see plenty of over the next few years. He's got a great bat swing, tremendous six they hit off Maharaj. Yeah, and when you gift the opposition a cheeky run out, how often do we see a mistake from a batting team and then all of a sudden you lose another one quite quickly after? Shamsi's bowled great. He's got his 2 overs for nothing, really. The pitch looks very similar to yesterday. It's quite skiddy, quite low. There's a little bit of grab there for the spinners. 140, 150 will be a total that I think Sri Lanka are going to try and aim for, and then it'll take some chasing by South Africa. But they're also in that precarious position, Sri Lanka, that they could quite easily get bowled out for 110. They don't look like they're playing with any kind of confidence. So they're almost playing like they just hope that they get to 140. They don't really believe that they can get to that kind of really competitive par total. But we'll wait and see in the last 10 overs to see if they can produce a few rockets like we saw from Pooran.
I got to tell you what has happened in the last 10 balls, right? There was the Sri Lanka run out. He kind of slipped a little bit, and you can't. With KG, with Rabada, you've got, just very little margin of error. Rocket throw to De Kock. Great collection. Gets, Sri Lanka run out. After that, in the next over that Shamsi's bowled the 10th, there was a wicket. There was a drinks break. There was a review that went on for about 5 minutes. And then Keshav Maharaj, in pretty much the first ball of the 11th over, has had a review, given not out by the umpire. That was Avishka Fernando, given not out by the umpire. Umpire's call there, so review retained. Jeez, there's a lot happening in this game.
Yeah, reviews, drinks, breaks,
wickets, runouts.
It might be a long game. It might even overlap into the England-Australia game at this rate. I don't like to be agree. It feels like a non-event. There's not many in the crowd. There's a few Sri Lankan supporters. Yesterday when West Indies were playing Bangladesh, there was a great crowd. There was lots of Bangladesh support. It just almost feels like a warm-up game today. It doesn't feel like it's a World Cup fixture, but plenty to play for these two teams.
Well, of course, a lot of Bangladeshi supporters. Yesterday being a holiday as well in the UAE, it was a Friday, so that's why it was packed. It was really noisy. I pretty much hear it from my window here, and I'm in Bombay, so it was pretty noisy there today. But yeah, kind of dull here today right now. Let's have a look at the bowlers, what the South Africa bowlers have done. They've actually been pretty tight, except Keshav Maharaj taken for 2 sixes in his second over, that was. But otherwise, his first over just went for 5. Meanwhile, Markram, of course, bowling in the power play. That's something you knew perhaps that he would do against Sri Lanka, considering he bowled so well against them in the 3-game series down in Sri Lanka before the IPL. It was Rabada, of course, 2 overs for 15, but that run out, which is definitely his wicket. Nokia, 2 overs 13. And of course, Shamsi with the 8 dot balls and the 1 wicket there. So, Michael, just to wrap it up, what do you think it's looking like? Because Sri Lanka's just looking a little. They were going really well, but you're so right that 1 wicket, it's not just got another. It's also kind of just derailed them a little bit. It feels like the momentum. It's just kind of sucked the air out of that balloon.
Yeah, I mean, they're quite an inexperienced team, so I think you have to expect that with a little bit of inexperience. All trying to make their way, all trying to find their kind of confidence at this level. If they get to 140, I think they're in the game. I'll go back to, you mentioned Aiden Markram. Sri Lanka have had him open the bowling against them before. And today, I just think you have to be riskier. You have to look to really whack someone like Aiden Markram. All right, it's the first view, but you have to have the mindset of just trying to whack him. He shouldn't be going for 8 of his 2 overs in the power play. That's pretty much where I see this Sri Lankan side are at the minute. They don't really have the belief and the confidence or the experience to to really take a bowler like Aidan Markram on in the power play. So if they get a 140, it'll be competitive, but I still don't think
it's
it's
a
going to
lot
be enough.
on Nissanka now, the opener. He's still there, 38 of 36, just whacked Shamsi for a big 4. So Sri Lanka obviously depending on him to take them to that 140. So will they, won't they? Well, we'll find out when we come back on Cricbuzz Live after this innings is over. Big thank you to Michael Vaughan. I'm Gaurav Kapur. You were watching Cricbuzz Comm Box.